In Rwanda, hope is not an idea. It's a job, a daily act of construction. Most people come here looking for evidence of a past tragedy, but the real story isn't about what was broken. It's about what is being built, piece by painful piece, every single day. By the end of this video, you'll understand that the Kigali Genocide Memorial is not just a place to look back. It's a blueprint for looking forward, and it holds a lesson the entire world needs to learn. This is the global dock, where the world comes to anchor. We are in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, a small, landlocked nation in the heart of Africa. The city is clean, orderly, and buzzing with a forward-looking energy that seems to defy its history. Because just a few decades ago, this nation experienced one of the most horrific events of the 20th century. The 1994 genocide against the Tutsi was a meticulously planned campaign of extermination. It's a history that has defined Rwanda on the global stage, but it's also a history that is widely misunderstood. To see this place only through the lens of its darkest chapter is to miss the story of its remarkable rebirth. The roots of the genocide run deep, twisting through decades of colonial manipulation. When Belgian colonizers arrived, they formalized and weaponized ethnic divisions between Hutu and Tutsi, who had previously lived as one people. By issuing identity cards and favoring the Tutsi minority for positions of power, they sowed seeds of resentment that would later explode into violence. This wasn't ancient hatred. It was a modern political construct. After independence, these roles were violently reversed. Decades of state-sponsored discrimination culminated in 1994, when in just 100 days, more than 1 million people were systematically murdered. Understanding this context changes everything. It reframes the tragedy not as an inexplicable outburst of tribal violence, but as the catastrophic outcome of imported ideology and failed global leadership. The Kigali Genocide Memorial stands on a hill where over 250,000 victims are buried in mass graves. But to call this just a memorial feels incomplete. It's a classroom, a truth commission, and a living archive. Walking through the exhibits, you don't just see statistics, you see faces. Rooms filled with family photographs, halls detailing the weapons used, and a children's room that displays the favorite foods and last words of the youngest victims. It is designed to be profoundly human. It forces you to move beyond the abstract horror and connect with individual loss. It's a space where silence speaks loudest, and the air itself feels heavy with memory. And yet, this isn't a place that traps you in despair. It's a starting point for a national conversation about reconciliation, justice, and the promise of never again. Leaving the memorial, you re-enter a city that pulses with life. You see young people talking on phones, markets full of vibrant commerce, and hillsides covered in new construction. This is the other half of the story. This is the Rwanda that was built in the aftermath. It's a society where perpetrators and survivors live side by side, navigating an impossible peace. Unity is not just a slogan here. It is a national survival strategy. Would you experience this place as a visitor, or as a guest, willing to listen to its present as much as its past? The story of Rwanda isn't a story you consume. It's one you must bear witness to. It teaches us that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, and that memory, no matter how painful, is the only ground upon which a future can be built. Is forgiveness possible without forgetting? Let us know your thoughts below. And subscribe to the Global Doc for the stories that guidebooks often skip. This is the Global Doc, where the world comes to anchor.